welcome back to my channel. I am Lauren, this is Pixie Dust and Points, and I love to share my adventures in living a healthy lifestyle with a little bit of Disney magic along the way. But today we are at home and it is meal prep mania around here. It's actually not mania, like let's not go crazy, right? It's just I'm meal prepping for myself and my husband. So I don't think I can quite call it mania, but it will be fun and I wanted to take you all along for the journey. So the first part of today is going to pick up my Walmart grocery pickup order. So I do love doing most of my grocery shopping through that, other than my little Costco trips where I go to pick up produce and a couple other essentials. So first things first, gotta pick up the groceries. All right, so I am back from Walmart and that was easy, thank goodness. And I'm back home and I'm getting started. So before any of this even happens, what I do first is I pull my recipes for whatever I'm going to make for the week. And when I do that, I'll usually do a few different things. So I keep a Pinterest board where I'll just save things through. Anything that sounds like it might be yummy, I'll save it there. I also keep a running list in my notes in my iPhone of recipes I want to try. And the third thing that I do is on Instagram, I will save things that people post that sound delicious. So I'll usually go to one of those 3 spots or maybe a cookbook or something like that to kind of pull my recipes for the week. So for this week, at the very beginning, I knew that I will be getting a HelloFresh delivery. So that's coming tomorrow. So that takes out 3 nights of my week that I will not be needing to cook dinner. So meal prep always looks a little different on the weeks where I have the HelloFresh boxes because I don't have to do as much, which is really, really nice. But so once I kind of go through and decide what it is that I'm going to be having, I jot everything down. I use this meal planner here. This is from Karma and Kismet, and I'll link it down below. But it just gives me spots for breakfast, lunch, dinner, and my snacks. And then I can kind of jot out what my plan is for the week so I know, how many meals I need to prep for. And then I grab my to-do list. So this is also from Karma and Kismet. And I will jot everything down that I'm going to be making while I'm meal prepping so that I can kind of start thinking through what can I do at the same time, because I really don't want this to go on all day. Meal prep can kind of be a bit of an adventure, but hopefully I can show you how I do it to try and save some time. So I usually will have eggs, like this week for example, I am making eggs, I'm baking muffins, I'm making a pasta dish, so maybe I can have a couple different things going on the stove at the same time. Some things that you cook are more passive, so you're not hands-on all the time, which is really nice. So hopefully I can get this done here pretty quickly and get on with my weekend. So let's get to cooking. On my little Make Today Magical to-do list here, the first item I have to do is take salmon out of the freezer. So that's not for meal prep. I usually like to cook salmon the same day that I'm eating it, but I will be having salmon for dinner tonight. I'm going to boil some eggs so I can have hard-boiled eggs with my breakfast. I am making some muffins from Emily Bites. I'm going to wash a lot of produce. I'm going to not make my grapes. I'm not making grapes. I'm going to wash my grapes and put them in the container. I've showed you that in my WW must-haves video. I always have those on hand. I'm going to make some bento boxes for my lunches. I'm going to come up with some sort of pasta primavera dish for dinner through the week and trim some asparagus that I will be using in my dinner tonight. So off we go. Next up, I am going to get some water boiling for my eggs. I like to follow the method that the Pioneer Woman has on her blog. I will link it down below. All you do is bring your water to a boil, let them boil for 14 minutes, and then let them have a little ice bath. So pretty easy peasy, hands off. I'm going to boil these on a back burner on my stove so that I can use the front burners for some other things. While the water's boiling, I am going to preheat my oven to 375 for the muffins that I'm about to make. I've never made them before, but I'm so excited to. And it'll take the oven just a little while to heat up, so I'm going to go ahead and chop my veggies. All the veggies I'm going to be using today, I'm going to go ahead and wash and chop right now. I have chopped everything for my pasta dish that I'm making a little bit later. I do still want to go ahead and chop up a cucumber that I'll be having with my lunches, but my water is boiling, so it's time to get the eggs in the pan, or pot, or skillet, or pot. Boiling water. Let's go. Okay, so I boiled 10 eggs for this week. I also need one for the muffins I'm going to make a little later. So I'll go ahead and set that egg out and get these eggs back in the fridge because I try my best to clean as I go and just keep everything out of the way because it feels a lot less overwhelming if I can just do things bit by bit, one step at a time. Okay, back to my chopping. I like to sort of peel the cucumber, so I'll do that too. I leave a little bit of the skin on. Just when I think I'm finished chopping, I'm not. I forgot my celery, so I'm going to make tuna salad to go in my bento boxes, and I want a little bit of crunch in it, so I'm going to chop up a couple stalks of celery. I said I was finished after I chopped the celery, but clearly I've not had any coffee yet today, which is a fact. I still have red onion to chop because I want to put this in my tuna salad, and I have my asparagus for later, so I'm really not even close to finished chopping yet. Let's keep going. Maybe my purpose in life here today with you is to remind you that you don't have to be like a perfect meal prepper to be a meal prepper. You can still get it done, even if you remember your veggies one at a time. But this is why we do to-do lists, am I right, friends? I'm going to take a quick pause for my veggies really fast to make an ice bath for the eggs because they have 3 minutes left. So as soon as they are done on the stove, I'm just going to put them in an ice bath to rest, and I'll leave them there like while I'm making the rest of my meal prep. These are just about finished, so I'll just be on standby here. I will scoop them out with this little guy. I love this. It's from Tupperware. And put them in the ice bath, drain that water. I'm also going to get the water boiling for my pasta for that dish while I finish up on the veggies. Okay, back to the veggies. This is really the most time-consuming part of all of it, I believe. Once you have your veggies chopped, I feel I'm good to go. After that, just need to finish up this asparagus, and then we will get to cooking some chicken. Okay, back to the best part of meal prep, checking off the boxes. The eggs are finished, so we still have the muffins, washing the rest of our produce, making the grapes, bento boxes, the pasta. Ooh, I've also done the asparagus, so I can check that off too. Woohoo! So while the water is boiling for the pasta, I'm going to get started on cooking the chicken for it and then sauteing the vegetables as well. So for the chicken, I'm going to spare you from looking at raw chicken tenderloins, but just so you know, all that I'm going to do is season them really well with the Kinder's, the blend seasoning that I got at Costco. It's just a salt, pepper, and garlic seasoning. I am obsessed with it and using it on everything now. Oh my God, it's so good. So I'll just season that up. That's probably the only seasoning I'm gonna use on all of that, and just a little bit of avocado oil spray in the skillet. Okay, so the chicken is doing its thing in the skillet here. It's almost finished. I'm not doing an exact amount. I just am eyeballing it, doing, I don't know, 8 chicken tenders in there. And I'm on the WW Purple plan, and everything I'm doing in this recipe, I believe, is going to be 0 points. So I'm not weighing every single item, just so you know. But while that is finishing cooking, I'm getting my veggie wash ready to wash the rest of my fruit. So for this, I really like to use the Trader Joe's Fruit and Vegetable Wash. I use this for most of my produce, but especially my fruits. And today I'm using some berries and those grapes, so I want to make sure that they're really clean. So I'll throw this in a bowl, wash them off in it, rinse them, and get them all clean. So for this, I will literally just take my grapes, dunk them in this wash, swirl them around really well, and then I'll just give it a good rinse off just to get any of the suds off, and then tear them off their little stems and put them in the bowl for the week. Chicken is finished. It looks amazing. I'm going to let it rest there and then chop it up into bite-sized pieces. In the meantime, I will saute the vegetables in the same pot that was in and get the pasta in the boiling water. Also, side note, keep it real moment while I've got my pantry behind me here, because I'm just keeping it real. This is the point in meal prep where I start to go like, oh my God, I'm freaking out. So if you feel that way too, you're not alone. Let's just call it how it is, right? This gets a little stressful, but it's so worth it in the end. Bento boxes I'm doing for lunch. So we got started on this a little bit ago by slicing the cucumbers. So for my boxes this week, I am going to make tuna salad and veggies and little corn chips. So it should be very, very easy. That's it for my veggies. I'm also going to put in a little bit of hummus in each one of these. I have the little 1 ounce containers, so I will weigh that out with my food scale in a little container in each one of these boxes in the corner here. Throw in the corn chips and the tuna salad. That'll be finished. So when I do this, I'll just put my entire bento box on top of my food scale. I have it set to grams. I tear it out so that it's 0. And then I just put my hummus in, and I get 28 grams for 2 points. So I'm using this week are the Good Thins gluten-free, made with corn sea salt. I've heard that these are really fantastic, and you get a good points bang for your buck with these. So let's see. Okay, I can have 41 pieces for 3 points on this. I'm going to turn it to grams because that's how I roll. And see, I'm gonna go for 2 points. So I can have 21 grams of these for 2 points. So that's what I will aim to put in each of these boxes. The main reason why I was doing this is because there's only 3.5 servings per box, and I have 4 boxes this week, so I want to stretch these through all my boxes. Very big. Look out. Just kidding. There we go. Okay, so for the last thing for my lunches, I'm making tuna salad. I have tuna in a bowl here. It's canned tuna. Figured you didn't want to watch me drop that in there. It's pretty gross, right? I'm using Hellmann's light mayo. I am going to use 60 grams of this divided amongst the 4, so that's 1 point per serving if I do that. I may not even need 60. I'm going to start with 45. And then I will also add in the celery that I chopped earlier and the red onions. Mix that all together. And a little bit of sweet relish, not too much. Taste test it. That's good. So that's it for my tuna salad. I will put that in the last side of these containers and divide it amongst the 4 of them. And lunches are set to go for the week. So each one of these lunches will be, see, 2 points for the corn chips, 2 points for the hummus, and 1 point each for the tuna salad. So 5 points for each little box. And if I'm on the go, I can easily take one of these with me too. So I think they'll be really good to have on hand this week. So now all that is left is to make the muffins. They're going to be chocolate raspberry muffins again. The oven is preheated, that's ready to go. I should just whip everything together in the bowl and we will be set here. So now I am making the muffins for my breakfast. I have the dry ingredients and the wet ingredients here. I'm just going to combine them together and then get them in the oven, and I'm really excited about what I'm about to bake these in. This is what I'm so excited to play with today. I got this brand new Mickey Mouse muffin mold. It's silicone, so I'm going to use it on top of a baking tray. They say to fill them halfway full, so this recipe is supposed to give me 12 muffins. I think I might wind up with quite a few more. Standard for the recipe, if you do 12, they should be 4 points a piece, so I'm thinking I might wind up with 24 at 2 points a piece, but let's get them in the oven and see how they turn out. We have little Mickey muffins. Going to let these cool for a few minutes and then take them out and get the next batch in the oven. You may notice that I've had an outfit change and I'm wearing my Raja jacket now. It is because I was cleaning up the dishes from said meal prep and sprayed myself down with the nozzle by accident, like bad, which is a great segue to what I'm about to say. So meal prep was successful today other than that. So I have the chocolate raspberry muffins and hard-boiled eggs for breakfast, and the little bento boxes for lunch, and the pasta for some dinners when I'm not doing the HelloFresh boxes this week. So I did get a lot accomplished. However, what I wanted to say is I feel like so many people feel like meal prep is a necessity to be successful when you're trying to live a healthy lifestyle or stay on WW. It just depends upon everybody's unique situation. Like, there are some weeks where I will meal prep and there are plenty of weeks where I don't meal prep. And I just wanted to say that because I feel like when I first started, I felt a lot of pressure on me that like every Sunday I had to go do this and it would take hours, and it was a big ordeal. And really for me, it wound up in me wasting a lot of food and a lot of time and just a lot of stress. So yes, there are times when it is helpful. And there are situations where you having that bento box ready to grab out of the fridge is going to save you. So I'm in full support of it, like if the time is right. But I just want to say the reminder too, if what works for you is making your breakfast every morning and making your dinner every night, then go for it. So I am in a season of life right now where for the most part, that's what I'm doing too. So every now and then, like depending upon what I have going on in the week, I might meal prep. So that's why I wanted to share this with you right now. But I don't do it all the time. So moral of the story is, as my WW coach Carrie says, you do what works for you. Just don't spray yourself with the nozzle when you're cleaning the dishes. But if you do, put on your Raja jackets. So that's all I have here. I hope everyone has an awesome week, and happy meal prepping or cooking or whatever it is that you do to make your life work for you. That's all I have to say. So thank you so very much for watching. If you haven't subscribed yet, please hit that little red button down below. It would mean so much to me, and make sure you swing back by here because you never know what kind of fun we'll have. But have an awesome week, everyone. Bye.